Part 1, Understanding the Business Behind the Brand. Good day everyone. In this session, we will study Coca-Cola through the business model canvas and understand why this company is much more than a soft drink producer. The goal is not only to describe what Coca-Cola sells, but to explain how its business system creates long-term competitive strength. When many people hear the name Coca-Cola, they think immediately of a famous beverage brand. That is true, but it is only the surface. In business terms, Coca-Cola operates a brand-led beverage system built on concentrate production, bottling partnerships, route-to-market execution, retail reach, and constant marketing reinforcement. In other words, Coca-Cola does not win simply because people like the taste. It wins because the company has built a system that turns preference into repeat purchase across millions of outlets and many consumption occasions. This is why the business model canvas is useful. It helps us see the full operating logic behind the company. We examine who Coca-Cola serves, what value it offers, how it reaches the market, how it builds relationships, where revenue comes from, which assets matter most, what activities it must perform well, who its partners are, and what costs support the system. A practical example makes this clearer. Imagine a customer walking into a convenience store on a hot afternoon. The final purchase may look simple, one cold bottle from a cooler. Yet behind that moment are brand marketing, pack price strategy, bottling operations, retailer agreements, distribution planning, and merchandising execution. That single purchase is the result of a much larger commercial machine. So as we move into the canvas, keep one core idea in mind. Coca-Cola is not just selling beverages. It is managing a global business model that converts brand power into everyday demand. In the next part, we will begin with the front-end market logic, customer segments, value propositions, channels, and customer relationships. Part 2, How Coca-Cola Creates Demand in the Market. Now that we understand the bigger business context, let us look at the demand side of the canvas. This part covers 4 connected blocks: customer segments, value propositions, channels, and customer relationships. Together, these explain how Coca-Cola creates market pull. First, customer segments. Coca-Cola serves mass consumers, but it also serves trade customers. Everyday consumers buy for refreshment, taste, convenience, habit, or social occasions. Retailers want fast-moving products with dependable demand. Restaurants and food service operators want beverages that pair naturally with meals. Bottlers and distributors want scale, volume, and route efficiency. This is important because Coca-Cola is not dependent on one narrow customer group. It participates in home consumption, on-the-go purchases, meal occasions, entertainment settings, and institutional environments. Second, value proposition. For consumers, Coca-Cola offers trusted brands, familiar taste, strong availability, and broad beverage choice. For retailers and restaurant partners, it offers dependable consumer demand and stronger traffic potential. A supermarket wants products that move quickly. A fast food chain wants beverages customers already recognize and accept. This shows us that Coca-Cola creates value on both sides of the market, end consumer value and channel partner value. Third, channels. Coca-Cola reaches the market through supermarkets, hypermarkets, convenience stores, restaurants, cafes, vending machines, wholesalers, and selected e-commerce platforms. In beverage markets, availability matters greatly. A customer may prefer Coca-Cola, but if the brand is not visible, cold, and easy to buy at that moment, the sale may go elsewhere. Fourth, customer relationships. Coca-Cola builds loyalty not through subscriptions, but through emotional branding, recurring campaigns, promotions, sponsorships, social content, and strong in-store execution. Think about festive campaigns, meal bundles, or branded coolers in restaurants. Those are not random tactics. They are relationship mechanisms that make the brand easier to remember and easier to choose. This leads to an important insight. Demand is not created by advertising alone. It is created when branding, visibility, convenience, and availability work together. In the next part, we will shift from market demand to the internal engine that supports it, revenue, resources, and key activities. Part 3, What powers Coca-Cola's operating engine? In this part, we move from visible market demand to the internal mechanics of the business. We will focus on 3 BMC blocks: revenue streams, key resources, and key activities. These explain how Coca-Cola captures value and sustains performance. Let us begin with revenue streams. Coca-Cola earns revenue primarily through concentrate sales to bottling partners, finished product sales in selected operations, and portfolio-driven beverage sales across multiple categories. This matters because concentrate economics are generally stronger than pure bottling economics. Coca-Cola retains control over high-value assets such as brand, formula, and strategic direction, while bottling partners handle much of the operational weight in manufacturing, packaging, and delivery. That structure gives the company a more attractive economic model than a business that owns every production layer directly. Next, key resources. Coca-Cola's most important assets are not just factories or trucks. Its real strength lies in brand equity, formulas, trademarks, bottling relationships, distribution access, retailer presence, and global marketing capability. A competitor may copy a drink style, but it is much harder to copy a century of brand recognition and retail embeddedness. For example, Coca-Cola, Sprite, and Fanta are not just products. They are commercial assets that reduce purchase friction and improve channel negotiation strength. Then we come to key activities. Coca-Cola must perform exceptionally well in brand marketing, concentrate production, portfolio management, pricing, revenue growth management, and trade execution. These are not isolated tasks. They are tightly linked. If the company launches the right product but prices it poorly, performance suffers. If it runs a strong campaign but availability is weak, sales are lost. If it has strong distribution but weak brand relevance, demand slows down. Consider a practical example. Suppose Coca-Cola promotes a zero-sugar variant during a festive season. Success depends on more than the advertisement. The company must align product supply, retailer display placement, cold availability, pricing, and the consumption occasion it wants to win. This is the operating engine of Coca-Cola. It captures value through a smart revenue architecture and protects that value through distinctive assets and disciplined execution. In the next part, we will examine the ecosystem that makes this scale possible: partnerships and cost structure. Part 4, the partnership and cost logic behind scale. We now move into the infrastructure side of the canvas. This part focuses on key partnerships and cost structure, 2 blocks that are often underestimated. In Coca-Cola's case, they are essential because scale is impossible without them. Start with key partnerships. Coca-Cola relies heavily on bottling partners, retailers, restaurants, ingredient suppliers, packaging providers, logistics partners, and selected media or marketing partners. Among these, bottlers are especially important. They manufacture, package, and distribute products at local level, allowing Coca-Cola to scale globally while still responding to local operating realities. Retailers matter because shelf placement and cooler visibility directly shape sales. Food service chains matter because beverage choice is often linked to meals and brand familiarity. This partnership model gives Coca-Cola strategic leverage. It can remain focused on high-value activities such as brand building and portfolio strategy while using partners to extend production and market access. For example, when a Coca-Cola product appears in a restaurant combo meal, that outcome reflects cooperation across brand strategy, channel relationship management, and outlet execution. Now consider cost structure. Coca-Cola spends heavily on marketing, ingredients, concentrate processing, packaging, people, logistics support, and system coordination. Packaging is particularly important because it affects affordability, margin, transport efficiency, and shelf appeal. Marketing is also central because beverages have low switching costs. Customers can easily choose another option if the brand is not visible or relevant. A useful training point here is that low cost does not always mean strong strategy. In Coca-Cola's case, the real goal is not simply to minimize cost. The goal is to spend in ways that reinforce brand power, route to market reach, and revenue quality at the same time. A well-placed marketing investment or a better pack architecture may generate more long-term value than a narrow cost-cutting decision. This brings us to a broader business lesson. Partnerships and costs are not back-office topics. They are strategic levers. They determine how efficiently a company can scale, protect service quality, and defend market position. In the final part, we will connect the business model canvas with the value proposition canvas and close with the biggest strategic lessons from Coca-Cola. Part 5, where the fit happens and what we can learn. In this final part, we connect the business model canvas with the value proposition canvas, because this is where Coca-Cola's model becomes especially practical. The key question is simple: how well does Coca-Cola's offer fit real customer needs? On the customer profile side, customers want refreshment, trusted taste, convenience, accessibility, suitable pack sizes, and options that fit different situations. They may be buying for a meal, for a family gathering, for travel, or for a quick individual purchase. Their pains include limited availability, the wrong pack format, price sensitivity, and too little choice. Their gains include easy access, dependable taste, familiar brands, and enjoyable consumption moments. On the value map side, Coca-Cola responds with a broad beverage portfolio, multiple packaging formats, strong distribution, consistent product quality, and recognized brand identity. Its products and services span sparkling drinks, water, juice, tea, coffee, sports drinks, and fountain offerings. Its pain relievers include wide availability, price pack variety, and purchase convenience. Its gain creators include brand enjoyment, occasion fit, cold availability, and broad category choice. Where does the fit happen? The fit happens when everyday refreshment needs meet trusted brands that are easy to find, easy to recognize, and easy to buy. That is the real strength of Coca-Cola. It reduces decision friction. A customer does not need to think very hard. The product already feels familiar, available, and suitable. This fit also explains Coca-Cola's competitive advantages. The company benefits from global brand recognition, one of the broadest bottling and distribution systems in the industry, strong retail and food service relationships, and a portfolio wide enough to adapt to changing demand. At the same time, it faces risks such as health concerns, sugar-related regulation, input cost volatility, sustainability pressure, and changing consumer preferences. That is why strategic recommendations matter. Coca-Cola must keep expanding zero sugar and adjacent categories, sharpen revenue growth management, improve high-frequency outlet execution, and strengthen digital relevance. So let us close with the main teaching point. Coca-Cola succeeds because it aligns brand, system, channels, partners, and customer fit in one coordinated business model. That is the lesson for managers and business students alike. Strong businesses do not win from a single product advantage. They win when the full model works together. Thank you.